welcome to In My Opinion for Postal 4, No Regrets. We pick up with the postal dude a few years after the last game, Paradise Lost. After using the can, he sees his car being stolen. This he's been stranded and broke in the town of Edenson, and now he must do some run-of-the-mill to extreme jobs for some crazy folk to gather up some cash, all while trying to find out where the fuck his car is. First of all, if you wonder if you need to play the other games in the series to get what's happening, you really don't. Yeah, there are some characters from the previous entries, but besides throwing some references, you're not missing much. Also, the plot is mainly here just to throw the postal dude in some weird jobs and situations. The game's humor is like really lowbrow here. I'm talking toilet humor, sex jokes, and other stuff like that. If you're easily offended or just don't care for that type of humor, well, here's your warning. I personally got a few laughs out of it, like when they poke fun at certain groups. What we got here is a first-person shooter inside basically an open world, though it's not fully open from the start. The game takes place over a week, ending on Friday. Each day opens a new part of the map, with Thursday fully opening it up. Since it's a shooter, you do get some of the usual stuff like pistols, assault rifles, and shotguns. Though Postal does have special weapons, like pissing on people to make them vomit, a gasoline tank in which you can drench people and light them on fire, or if you don't want to do the extra work of unzipping yourself or spilling gasoline, you can use a super soaker filled with piss or set them on fire with it. There's a pigeon cool weapon that unleashes bird death on everyone, a super shotgun known as the Fornicator which can shoot 4 shells at once, a taser with 3 different settings, and there's even a mop. These weapons feel pretty good to use against people, making them a lot of fun, with a personal favorite of mine being the revolver, in which you can build up a meter which then auto-locks headshots, letting you explode heads in a rapid succession, making you feel like a cowboy. There's also items to help you out like body armor, but there are others that let you do some cool shit, like smoking catnip that slows down time, or some energy drinks that let you go guns akimbo, meaning any weapon you have will become dual wielding. These items make you feel badass alone, but combined you get the feeling of a full-blown killing machine. Also, you have your addicting medication for a big heal power up if normal food ain't doing it for you. But that addiction can hurt you if you ignore it. The goal of each day is to do some mundane to weird shit. So you got stuff like fixing up the sewers by changing some light bulbs, collecting cats and dogs so some guy can apparently eat them, shutting down the sex theme park where the mascot is a giant cunny, stopping a restaurant from stealing actual shit for their food, testing a brand new game that pokes fun at microtransactions, and so on. Yeah, some of these are rather meh, but I do like that things can get crazy and violent pretty fast, as killing people in this game is indeed fun. I also like how you can tackle these missions in whatever order you want, and some in different ways, such as a political race and where you can do it the non-violent way and just wait out line to vote, or you can go in guns blazing and shoot everyone, or you can go up onto the roof and snipe them through the window. You can actually beat the game without killing a single person, which is what I did in one of my runs, which is tough, as the game does a pretty good job at tempting you and killing everyone, be it because they are annoying and in the way, or they are shooting at you. Also, killing people during certain missions will get certain groups to keep an eye on you, in which I mean if they see you roaming around, they will try to kill you. Though don't worry if you die, since the game does let you save basically whenever you want to, so definitely can be fought with a reload and you won't lose progress. The game also has an autosave as well. Besides the main missions, the game allows you to do whatever the hell you want. So you can just go around and fuck with people, like pee on them, shoot them, or just be a dick and kick them. Though if a cop sees you being an ass, a meter will start to build, and if you keep killing people in front of them or kill them, it will keep building, making cops get on your ass even more. So either you'll be gunned down, arrested and end up in jail, or the meter will vanish if you run away far enough and lose them. You're allowed to explore whatever sections of the map is open, be it on foot or scooters, which cost a few bucks. Though be warned that some asshats will try to steal it from you when you leave it unattended. You'll be rewarded for exploring, as you could end up finding a weapon way before the game gives you the option to buy it through vending machines in the area, and the goodies tend to change after every single day, so it's sometimes worth exploring what you can each day. This also goes for other stuff as well, like armor, catnip, food, and your special medicine, which you can buy from the machines as well. Speaking of buying, you don't really get cash from your missions, but killing people sure does the job. You can also find money just lying around and by kicking some greedy ATMs. I will say if you want to buy your medicine, it's best to go to the CV-11 store instead of the vending machines, as it's cheaper and plentiful. To be honest, I only found the vending machines helpful in buying a bag that allows you to hold more stuff, and maybe some extra bullets and armor. Another thing you can do for some money is a side quest that has you collecting paintings, which gives you a shitload of cash when you get them all in, and what else is great is all of them are in the beginning area. Also, there's other side activities called rampages, which is time-based, and it has you doing things like blow up X amount of cars or kill X amount of people with a certain weapon, and thankfully it gives you said weapon usually with infinite ammo to complete the activity. Doing these earn you some cash as well as some other items like energy drinks. There's also collectibles you can run into, which are little dolls of Crouchy, Cunny, Larry, and the special Golden Larry, each with a funny little catchphrase to say when you pick them up. You can turn them in at a certain store for goodies like cash, catnip, and some even give you weapon skins. Getting around is not too bad as you can walk, run with no dumb stamina meter thank god, drive, and even get a better vehicle once you hit a certain day. And finally, the game has a fast travel in certain parts of the map. And speaking of the map, it does a good job showing you how each part of Edison is split up. And you can even put markers to give you some guidance, which is helpful. Also, while you're driving or going on foot, you can put on the radio, which has some tunes, but to be honest, I rarely heard the music. And instead, I listened to the talk radio show as I found some of the segments pretty funny. This is where the game really trips up, but before that, some positives. The game itself doesn't look bad. Edison has a good amount of variety in visuals, be it the trailer park, theme park, casino, industrial district, and more. You're never bored of what you see. Character models themselves ain't bad either, and I like the Postal Dude's design. And he could even change it up a little with some costumes, even an old school one. The voice acting is good for the most part, with the Postal Dudes being the best. And what's pretty awesome is you have 4 different dude voices to pick from. You have the new one picked for this game, the more well-known voice of the Postal Dude from Part 2, the Postal Dude from the live-action movie, and finally the voice from Postal 3. And while that game is hated by everyone including the Postal team, I still really like that voice, so that's the one I picked for my first run. Another satisfying aspect to the game's visuals and sound is the violence. The sound effects for popping heads and the feedback you get from your weapons is great, especially when you see the fountains of blood spraying everywhere. This game is about doing a shitload of violence and they made sure it feels damn good. Now the bad, which is all technical stuff. The game's frame rate is fine for the most part, only chugging hard when a lot of shit is happening. Though I did run into some other issues, such as a random hole that I fell in that appears after the game dev mission and it happened in more than one playthrough. The game crashed on me at least 3 times. The mission markers sometimes just straight up disappearing before and even during a mission. Sometimes objects or people don't interact properly. The dude's clothes sometimes going back to the default look. And the one that pissed me off the most, the collectibles glitching out. I followed a guide for every collectible and 2 of them would not show up. And even when I went around and checked every spot again, still nothing. I tried reloading and even recollecting from a previous save, but still nothing. I even checked online to make sure it just wasn't a me problem and found other people who had the same issue. So while none of this stopped me from completing the game, it still pissed me the fuck off.
Hello? Hello?
Ah, a new client. Come in, come in. Make yourself comfortable. Maybe loosen your belt a little. What's it you need?
Yeah, my wallet's feeling a little light right now, wherever it might be at the moment. You got any jobs that pay well?
You're talking to the one and only Joseph Blow, son. Finding work is my specialty. I've got all the right connections in this town to put you into the right positions where you'll be obediently performing your duties.
This game is just some extremely violent, stupid, lowbrow humor fun. Even with some of its tech issues, which, who knows, by the time you're hearing this, some of it could be fixed already, as Running with Scissors is known for patching up the games if there's a problem. It took me around 15 hours to do my first run, and that's with me just digging around and exploring. Repeated value comes in a form of just doing the runs differently and just going around causing mayhem and collecting shit. I say if you're in the mood for this type of humor and bloody freedom, then I could recommend going Postal, even with some of its technical problems. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.